Here we are with another episode of early releases in 2021 that you should be checking out. It's a pretty simple concept for a series, and I think it's about 5 episodes in now. Might end up being the last one because we are kind of stretching the definition here of early releases. It is the middle of March. But to justify this episode here, this potential final episode, these releases were mostly February releases, so technically they do still fall under the sort of umbrella of early releases. And you know what? It has been a pretty slow year. Like, there haven't been many big names releasing music, and even when you look in the next few weeks, like ahead of the schedule of albums, it's still looking pretty slim, which I find kind of crazy. I don't know if coronavirus has set people back and less artists are in the studios and stuff like that. I don't know what it is, or the creative spark isn't there for a lot of artists. I don't know. Maybe we're going to see a huge amount of big names, you know, as the year goes on or something like that. Because it always is quiet at the start of the year, but it just feels quieter than usual at this point in the year. But you know me on this channel, I don't mess around. I don't miss a trick with these albums. I provide the goods. I at least hope you think I do anyway, because I've got 5 new releases here that you should be checking out and are certainly worth your time. A bit of variety once again with the genres, and there should be something for everybody watching. So we're going to start with Kumi Takahara with some really somber and beautiful ambient classical music here. Really touching stuff. Definitely think you should be, again, checking this out if you are a fan of this style of music. I do want to talk a bit more about modern classical music in my Undiscovered Gems series, actually. So this is kind of a good way to sort of shoehorn this genre in by mentioning an album on this episode of this series here. I feel like if you're an emotionally in touch type of person and a lot of things kind of get to you and make you feel like you're on the verge of tears, I think some of these tracks could bloody do that. Like, really could. It's very touching, and I think if you're just kind of in the zone, letting this music just sit with you, it really does hit a spot. It's really good. I'm really impressed with it. Next, the complete opposite end of the scale, bloody Pupil Slicer here. And I say bloody, not because I'm English, but because actually it is bloody. Oh my god, this is just intense as fuck. I don't talk enough about metal genres or subgenres of metal music on this channel. I keep saying that often, but I'm glad I keep finding a few albums that fit this category for this series, because if there's anything you want to be checking out, and if you're a metal fan, god damn, you want to be checking out this. It's so gritty and sludgy and just gruesome, but I am really impressed with this. It's not like, you know, the darkest, the black metal or anything like that. It wouldn't fall under that category, but it really is intense. It definitely has like the math elements too. You could probably label this mathcore, actually. You know, there's some really weird time signatures. It's all over the place, off kilter, but it just feels a bit heavier than the genre that I've dug deep into up until this point. It definitely has its own edge, and I think people could absolutely love this. Now for something, once again, completely different. We got Otay, onii. I've got this written down. I'm looking at how you would say it. Otay, onii. I don't know. We'll leave it there, and hopefully you guys can help me pronounce it. Now, when I initially discovered this album, it didn't really seem to have that many ratings on Rate Your Music, but as time went on, it actually ended up climbing up and being like in the top 5 of the charts, 2021 charts. So perhaps this one isn't as undiscovered or unknown to you at this point, but I will say that when I first heard it, it was a bit more obscure. Not that it matters, because there could be someone watching this that doesn't even use that website, so for an album like this to pop up would be completely alien to you anyway. So there's at least some people that could check, could get something from this recommendation. Black Heart Breakables. This song fucking goes gaga. And I mean gaga. Jesus Christ, this song was just ridiculous. And there's so many weirdisms in her voice throughout this album too. She has such a distinct vocal tone. At times I was reminded of Bjork, but even then, comparing her to Bjork still feels like it doesn't quite work because she sort of seems like she's in her own lane entirely. So I really want to keep an eye on this name in the future because I think this could be you know, an artist that drops a really, really strange experimental album that really catches on for people that like this kind of thing. Going back to some modern classical type stuff next with Neil Cowley, we have a really pensive and thoughtful album. If Kumi Takahara was giving us the emotions, Neil is giving us something to think about. It's just the kind of music that really makes you feel like you're sat there and really like, This guy's from the UK as well. I think I was surprised when I saw that he was from the UK actually, because this style of music doesn't really seem to be that big or that common over here. I don't know. I don't really see many UK based artists that attempt this kind of thing. So I was happy to see that, and hopefully it helps me find more artists in this style as well from the UK. But yeah, really good stuff once again. Really beautiful, really presented in a gorgeous way. Check it out. And I saved my favourite one for last. We are at the last album now, although technically this is an EP, but as this artist seems to want to really piss me off, it's a 53-minute EP. And my God, man, the things that artists do to label their work in strange ways. 53 minutes, come on, just call it an album. Is this not an album at this point? This is longer than most of my favourite albums of the year so far. I don't know. Anyway, it's really good. Really, really summery house jams. It reminds me of the Pablo Novell album that I really loved from last year, which wasn't reinventing the wheel, wasn't reorganizing the style, wasn't completely shaking things up and bringing a completely new perspective to the genre, but the tunes are there, and if that's what you're gonna give me, tunes, fun, house banging tunes, I don't care. Really straight to the point, and the blissfulness that was just seeping through this EP was really, really touching. It was really nice to feel like this warmth coming out of this album, or EP, sorry. The jams are so smooth, it just instantly brings you to the summer, and while we are creeping closer to the summer and potentially a more normal life, if you will, with the vaccine and things like that, it just put me in a really good mood whenever I put it on. Honestly, this could be something that grows on me even more, and then by the end of the year you're seeing this on my actual EP list, because I think once summer does hit, I'm probably going to be wanting to play this more than anything else. So yeah, I really like this one, and hopefully you guys like all of these that I recommended here. And if you've heard any of them already, or if you're going to watch this video, listen to them, then come back. Please tell me your thoughts on what you've checked out. If you like any of them, if you love any of them, if you think they're all pretty shit. You could think they're all shit, that's fine. Let me know. Thank you for watching. Do have a good day. Hit me with some recommendations as well that I could review on this channel. That would be great. I would always be welcoming of recommendations from you guys. I know a lot of you find loads of different types of music out there, so I would love to hear your opinions and your recommendations. Thank you for watching. Do have a good day. Subscribe if you haven't already, and goodbye.